I'm trying to 100% every single game in the Batman Arkham trilogy. Oh, and Origins. I'm joking, I swear. But before we get into those, we have to begin with the one that started it all. Batman Arkham Asylum. Asylum is known for being the easiest out of the four to 100%, so any pain and suffering that I received during this run will just be increased tenfold for the next ones we attempt. Now, I've been playing these games for basically the entirety of my life. I mean, I've been collecting Riddler trophies and shitting myself over Killer Croc section since I was in diapers. I grew up with these games. But even so, I've never been able to bring myself to sit through any one of them and collect every single Riddler trophy, collectible, and achievement. And it's about time that I finally 100% one of my favorite games of all time. Before we get into the video, I want to apologize for not uploading for, well, over a year. I just sort of lacked the motivation and enjoyment I once had for uploading. But after a very long break, I'm back and ready to bring this channel to new heights. I want to start uploading videos 100%ing some of my favorite video games, so if that sounds interesting to you, well, make sure to subscribe and drop a like if you're looking forward to watching me 100% the rest of the Arkham games. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, well first, what exactly does 100%ing Arkham Asylum entail? Well, to get all the achievements, we'll have to complete all 240 Riddler challenges, which means all Riddler trophies, riddles, interview tapes, Chronicles of Arkham, secret maps, and Joker teeth, which honestly aren't even that hard to get, it's just more tedious than anything. The hard part comes when we get to the combat and predator challenges, which aren't even that bad aside from one, but we'll talk about that one when we get to it later. Aside from these challenges, the rest of the achievements are pretty much easily achievable as you play through the game, whether it's an achievement for completing a portion of the story or little challenges like gliding continuously over 100 meters. Luckily for me, I do actually know where a lot of these Riddler challenges are located after playing this game for so many years, so it'll definitely make my job a lot easier here. Now that you know what we're going to be doing during this playthrough, you should also know that some of these achievements I already have. Yeah, I know it might feel like it kind of cheapens it, but I will be showing proof of completion for each and every achievement, so absolutely nothing will be skipped. Also, I will be doing all of this in one playthrough on hard mode, which was honestly easier than I thought it would be. But with all that said, I think it's finally time to get into the video. Our journey begins as every playthrough does, with the Joker captured and Batman aura farming the fuck out of everyone. After the game actually begins, we actually get 2 achievements right off the bat by getting a free flow combo of 5 and 10. And after mercilessly beating the mentally ill, we get our first of many Riddler trophies, and shortly after our first Joker teeth. Now we head over to Zaz where we get the achievement for taking him down. In the same room we find a Riddler trophy, and there are some other things in here we'll have to come back for later when we have the gadgets for it. There's also another Riddler trophy on our way to save the guard stuck in a room full of poison gas, which gives us our 4th achievement. There's some more Joker teeth along with a Riddler trophy in this room that we can collect on our way to our next achievement. I'm going to go ahead and skip mentioning any future Joker teeth until we get to the last few, since there are just so many of them that we come across. Joker releases one of his newly created Titan henchmen, which after it suffers a heart attack we get another achievement for.
Well, that was unexpected, wasn't it?
I actually did try to get another achievement during this fight, which is one for taking down a Titan henchman without using batarangs, but unfortunately it doesn't count during this fight. I guess that would just be too easy. After grabbing another Riddler trophy, we start to track down Gordon, who was attacked by
Officer Bowles.
And after Harley drops an elevator on top of us, we find our very first interview tape. Oh, and I almost missed this trophy. After taking out Joker's men in intensive treatment, we find
Officer Bowles'
dead body, and Riddler finally makes himself known. And we get our first riddle to solve, which was relatively easy, and we get 2 more riddles to solve pretty much immediately. And right afterwards, we get the achievement for solving 5% of Riddler's challenges. We finally get an achievement for making our way out to Arkham Island, where we solve 2 more riddles and grab a couple of these Riddler trophies and Chronicles of Arkham that are lying around Arkham East. And we get the achievement for completing 10% of Riddler's challenges. I also decided to go ahead into the Botanical Gardens where we grab another Chronicle of Arkham super quick, and on our way to Arkham North, we can grab Joker's first interview tape sitting up in this guard tower. We grab the explosive gel from the Batmobile, which now allows us to get some more collectibles we couldn't before, like this trophy and secret map right next to the Batmobile. There's also some more trophies and riddles lying around this area of the map, so I'm going to go ahead and grab what we can while we're here. If we go back to where we came from, there's actually 2 more trophies you can grab now that we have the explosive gel. And now that we're over here in Arkham North, we can grab some of these easily accessible trophies lying around here. Oh, and a riddle too. Now we can start making our way to Gordon again, and we're actually able to get another achievement here for the free flow combo of 20. Now inside the medical building, on our way to save the doctor's Joker has rounded up, we nab another easy Riddler trophy, and there's also a bunch of stuff in this room we can go ahead and grab along with our first Riddler interview tape as well. Now it's time to go save the 3 doctors Joker has split up. First, I decided to go after Dr. Young in the x-ray room, which has a trophy. Then on our way to surgery, we find another trophy, and after saving Dr. Chen, we solve a riddle for Thomas Elliot, also known as Rush, who we will be seeing in the next game. And now finally we go after Cash in the observation room, where Batman low-key kills this guy, but we don't have to talk about that.
I can't let that man die.
I think it's a little too late for that, Batman. The room's secured, we get an achievement for saving all the doctors in medical and solve the riddle for Firefly. Back at the main room, Cash takes Dr. Young to the mansion and we head down the elevator where we get dosed with Scarecrow's fear gas for the first time. And down here, Joker threatens Batman with a terrible thought.
Tell me, Bats, what are you really scared of? Failing to save this cesspool of a city? Not finding the commissioner in time? Me in a thong?
Oh my god, are you crying? No, it's just raining.
Here's Gordon's dead body, and here's Bruce's parents' bodies, and here's... We have finally reached the first Scarecrow section of the game, which I'm going to be honest, sure, it's really fun and interesting the first few times you play the game, but after playing this game for so many years, they just become more tedious than anything. But after shining the light on Scarecrow, we get the achievement for surviving Scarecrow's fear toxin. After coming back to our senses, there's actually a riddle in this room, which I think is a reference to King Shark, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, and Gordon's not dead, by the way. That was just Scarecrow's toxin messing with Batman. Oh, there's Gordon. Harley's got him tied up. But before we get him, we gotta grab this secret map and 2 Riddler trophies hiding in this room. After crushing Harley Quinn's spine, we find Bane strung up in this room, which actually has an interview tape that we can't get until way later. Bane gets juiced up, and now we have to fight him. This used to be my favorite boss battle, and it is for Asylum, but honestly, it's just way too easy in my opinion. Bane low-key defeats himself in this fight, if I'm being honest. Also, this isn't my favorite cutscene from all of the games. Batman just has so much aura during this.
No, Bane. This time I break you.
Heading over to Dead Man's Point, we stop on the way to grab a couple Riddler trophies and another Chronicle of Arkham. Inside the Batcave, we finally gain access to the Batclaw, which means we have access to a lot more trophies now. For instance, this one right here in the sewers, along with the Chronicle of Arkham. We also get our first Killer Croc interview tape and a few more riddles and trophies we can collect on our way back to the surface. We find a way into the Arkham Mansion, which gives us our next achievement for finding a way into Arkham Mansion. And grabbing a Riddler trophy, which puts us roughly 25% of riddles solved, giving us our next achievement. There's also a couple of trophies and a riddle for Gordon while searching for Dr. Young's notes. And we get the first interview tape for Scarecrow as well. I run around the mansion collecting some random riddles and trophies lying around on my way to find Dr. Young's notes, and save 2 guards strapped to what Joker says is a bomb, but it really isn't. And I realized that I did this section backwards, so I need to run all the way back to find Dr. Young's office. On our way to her office, we can grab a Riddler trophy and solve 2 riddles, one of which is actually Ra's al Ghul's dead body, which, fun fact, disappears at the end of the game, so that's pretty interesting. There's also a Riddler for Black Mask inside Dr. Young's office as well. We get Dr. Young's fingerprints, which just brings us back to the area I went to before, where we find the notes we've been searching for, and destroy them before the Joker can get his hands on them. But when we try to leave, Scarecrow doses Batman with more fear toxin, making Batman hallucinate the death of his parents before we get thrown into another Scarecrow section. Which, funnily enough, is the hardest one of all of them, even though it's not even the last one. And when I say hardest, take it with a grain of salt because none of them are actually hard. After making light work of Scarecrow and shining the light on him, we get the achievement for completing the second Scarecrow level, and learn that Zsasz has taken Dr. Young hostage. On the way, however, we solve a riddle for Catwoman. We take down Zsasz easily, which I'm now realizing this game did Zsasz so dirty. He has so much potential as a villain, and both times Batman comes across him, he just gets immediately violated. Oh, and we also get an achievement for taking down Zsasz for a second time. But anyway, after saving Dr. Young, she immediately gets herself blown up by the Joker, and the explosion knocks out Batman as well. And when we come to, Harley's standing over us with Quincy Sharp, but hey, at least the thugs were nice enough to wait until I got up to start trying to kill me. Before we can go after Sharp, there's a few things we can grab here, including a Riddler for Scarface, a trophy, and a secret map. It's about time we can finally leave the Arkham Mansion and...
Let me go, you crazy bitch.
Just used a big word, Mama spank.
Harley, you freak. Anyway, we can now head over to the Penitentiary, which is by far my least favorite location in the game, but that's not really saying much because I still love every location in the Arkham Asylum anyway. Before we go there though, there's a couple trophies you can grab right outside of the Penitentiary, which gives us the achievement for completing 40% of Riddler's challenges, and we actually get our final combo achievement for completing a 40x combo. Inside the penitentiary, there's immediately a riddle and a trophy we can grab right off the bat. Further in, we can grab another trophy right before we run into Poison Ivy, who's begging us to save her plants. But of course, Batman doesn't care, and we find Quincy Sharp in the next room. But of course, Harley Quinn releases Poison Ivy, so that's just another supervillain we'll have to take care of tonight. Oh, and Joker also decides to release all the lunatics inside the penitentiary, so that's fun. We're also trapped in the same room as Sharp, but this is actually when we unlock the cryptographic sequencer, which unlocks a whole bunch of trophies we can now get. Inside this room, we can solve a riddle for Clayface, who's pretending to be Sharp, which I wonder if he's trying to trick Batman into releasing him instead of the real Sharp. I don't know, but it's kind of foreshadowing for the next game. There's also 2 more Riddler trophies hiding in this room we can now get access to. And now that Joker's opened all these cell doors, we can also grab a trophy on our way to find Harley as well. And after collecting this one, you can hear the Riddler starting to get a little worried that we're finding too many of his trophies.
There is no way you are doing this alone. Who's helping you?
Harley traps us in the next room, forcing us to take out a bunch of her thugs, but after we do, she kinda just runs away. Not a problem, we'll be seeing her soon. After taking out all of her thugs, we find a riddle for Two-Face and Actually, I'm kinda slow, this was a riddle for the ventriloquist. So, oops. Another for the Calendar Man, along with a Riddler trophy on our way to Harley's next trap, where she has a couple of guards hanging over in electrified water. A timer starts, but before we save the guards, we need to grab some things. First is a riddle for Prometheus, and the other is a Chronicle of Arkham. After grabbing those, then we can go ahead and save the guards, but after we do, Harley runs away again. Shocker. We're going after her, but before we do, we can grab our first interview tape for Zsasz, a riddle for Harvey Dent, and a Riddler trophy. Now we can go after Harley. But before we can stop her, we have to take out all the thugs while avoiding the electrified floors. After that, we take down Harley pretty easily, and she kinda just tells me where the Joker's hiding. Now we've unlocked the achievement for taking down Harley. Before we can go after the Joker, we can actually grab a riddle for Mr. Freeze and a trophy in a cell, and destroy some Joker teeth, which actually gives us the achievement for solving 55% of Riddler's challenges. Oh, and I almost forgot to grab the last Victor Zsasz interview tape, which completes our first set of the tapes. Now that we have the cryptographic sequencer, there's a few more riddles and trophies we can start grabbing all around the island, including 2 secret maps. We got another upgrade, so I decided to finally unlock the remote batarang and use that to unlock the achievement for catching a batarang. Now, inside the Botanical Gardens, there's an interview tape for Poison Ivy along with a few riddles and trophies for us to grab on our way to the Joker, including a secret map as well. There's also this room on the way to the Joker that I hate with a passion. It's so confusing for no reason, but there are collectibles in here, so we'll just have to suck it up and grab all of those as well. It is funny listening to Joker vibe upstairs though. Oh, and there's a riddle for Humpty Dumpty and Mad Dog 2, which I thought was pretty cool. We take out all of Joker's men and get some riddles, and we can finally confront Joker, but he just runs away again, leaving us with 2 of his Titan henchmen, which does actually unlock another achievement for us, so I'm not complaining. After taking them down, it's time to find Ivy, but we're stuck in this room. Luckily, Batman has Amazon Prime same-day delivery and gets the line launcher delivered straight through the window. Before we leave, we have to grab this Riddler trophy, of course. We find Ivy in the only other room in this place, and she basically tells us in order to make a cure, we need a plant that's only found in Killer Croc's lair. Interesting that the only place the plant grows is in Killer Croc's lair, but we ball. Before we leave, I actually missed an interview tape, but I found it pretty easily, and that gave us the achievement for getting 70% of Riddler's trophies. Now leaving the Botanical Gardens, you're supposed to go over to Arkham Mansion and talk to Cash to figure out where Killer Croc's lair is, but if you're an Asylum veteran like me, you can actually skip that part altogether and head straight over to intensive treatment and use the line launcher to get inside. But before we go inside, of course, we have to catch up on all the collectibles and riddles we were now able to gain access to with the cryptographic sequencer and line launcher, including our final Joker interview tape. Now, back inside intensive treatment, we take out Joker's men and get the riddle for Cash before entering the final Scarecrow section, which intros with everybody's favorite cutscene from the game. Okay, so with this being the final Scarecrow section, you would think it'd be the hardest, but like I said earlier, it's low-key easier than the second one. And after you complete it, Scarecrow doses you again with more toxin, but this part is pretty easy. It's just a fighting section where you have to beat up all of the skeletons and light up all 3 lights. Now we get the achievement for overcoming Scarecrow's toxin for the final time, and have to chase down Scarecrow as he heads for the sewers. But first, some riddles and trophies we can grab on the way. Down in the sewers, we find Scarecrow, but... Well, anyway, let's grab this trophy before heading into Killer Croc's lair. I actually love this part of the game, even though most people don't like it or find it tedious. It also used to scare me shitless as a kid, but I think it's pretty fun now. All you have to do is move carefully and listen out for when Killer Croc's gonna attack you. and find all the plants. And after all that, all you have to do is just not die to Croc on your way out. And you'll find it's actually super easy. Right at the end, when Croc thinks he has you cornered, you blow up the floor beneath him and boom, no more Croc. My quickest time beating this level is about 7 to 8 minutes. I don't know if that's impressive or not, but it used to take me a lot longer when I was a kid. We get the achievement for defeating Croc, and now that we have the plant samples, we can head back to the Batcave and make the Titan cure. On the way to the Batcave, we can finally grab this Riddler trophy too with the line launcher. We're able to make the cure, but due to Joker giving Ivy Titan, her plants attack the Batcave and destroy the Batcomputer before we can make more of the cure. She also blocks our only way out, so our only option of course is to upgrade the Batclaw into the Ultra Batclaw, our final gadget upgrade allowing us to get the rest of the trophies we have not been able to get access to. We have to take a different route out of the Batcave and grab a trophy on the way out, but this works out since there's actually another hidden Riddler trophy on these rocks that I had absolutely no idea existed until I did this run. Making our way back up to the surface, Joker begins releasing Titan through the sewers, so we gotta sidetrack a little bit to put a stop to that. There's 2 trophies we can grab on our way up, and we totally didn't kill these thugs by the way. Batman doesn't kill. Anyways, just ignore those probably dead thugs, and we just got another secret map and trophy. Taking out 2 of the pumps, we can grab our final Killer Croc interview tape as well, before heading over to my least favorite Predator mission in the game. I mean, I hate this room with an absolute passion. It's so annoying. And if you played this game, you probably feel the same. And I low-key did die a few times on this section, but that's beside the point. While I was here though, I took the opportunity of grabbing another achievement for surprising a henchman by dropping a second one next to them. Anyway, we destroyed the final pump and grabbed 2 more collectibles before leaving the room. Okay, so before we can leave this section, Joker sends down a bunch of henchmen and a Titan, and there's a specific achievement I haven't gotten yet that I thought I had to get here. I mentioned it earlier, but I need to get an achievement for defeating a Titan henchman without using a Batarang. Now, my thought process was use the electric gates to stun the Titan henchman, then I can just attack it, right? Well, yes, right, but it was anything but simple. I mean, I spent at least 30-40 minutes trying to get this achievement, dying again and again and again and again and again, and then I finally got it. But you know what? Right after I got the achievement, I realized I could have just gotten this achievement earlier by using the 2 Titan henchmen Joker trapped me with earlier. It probably would have been a lot simpler, and it wouldn't have taken me 30 minutes to do so. Anyways, I just want to indulge y'all in my stupidity here. With that achievement completed, we grab another Chronicle of Arkham on our way out. Now, back on the surface, as I'm sure you guys can guess, we can use our newly acquired Batclaw to grab some collectibles and riddles before we head over to the Botanical Gardens. And I just want to make it known that even though it's not required to 100% the game, I made sure to take out every single enemy on the island. Every single henchman, lunatic, and every single one of Ivy's plants. Was it necessary? No, but I wanted to do it anyway. Alright, this is it. The hardest boss fight in this game. That's right, not even the final boss fight, but it's definitely the hardest. Surprisingly though, I didn't really have that much trouble with it in this run. So after making it back to Poison Ivy, she shields herself and her plant, and we have to dodge her plants that come out from the ground and the spores she shoots at us as we continuously throw batarangs at her. After the first phase, she will continue to do the same thing, except she will also throw down some of her guards she has under her control, and that's pretty much it. It's really not even that bad of a boss fight, but it can definitely become a problem on hard mode, especially if you haven't played this game a million times like me. After taking her down, the building begins to crumble, so we gotta get the hell out of there. And we get the achievement for taking down Poison Ivy. Now, all that's left story-wise is to head over to the Joker's party and take him down. But before we do that, of course, we have to go around the island and collect every single thing we've missed or haven't been able to collect up until this point. Which the first one I collected gave us the achievement for completing 85% of Riddler's challenges. We also head over to Arkham North, where we destroy the very last Joker teeth on the map. Heading down to the Batcave, we collect a Riddler trophy, and down in the sewers, we collect 1 trophy we missed earlier, and then also a trophy on the way over to Arkham West. Now, the first building on our list is back to the Botanical Gardens, where if you remember that room I hate so much, I missed a Riddler trophy in there, so we gotta go back there. Then in the room we defeated Joker's 2 Titan henchmen. We need to grab a Chronicle of Arkham from there, and then now we can head over to Arkham Mansion, where we can grab our final Scarecrow interview tape, 2 Riddler trophy, and a riddle for Strange. With the mansion clean dry, we head back over to Intensive Treatment, where we can get a Riddler trophy from the main room. Down in the first area we played, there's actually a riddle for Penguin as well. And doing some parkour, there's a Chronicle of Arkham hiding an event. And we also find the final Harley Quinn interview tape next to a Riddler trophy as well. Back in the room we took down Zaz for the first time. There's a couple things we can grab, like a riddle for Maxie Zeus. I don't know who the hell that is, but probably someone important to the Batman lore. And a trophy hiding an event. Now, heading over to the medical building, there's an area we couldn't access before. And in here, there's a riddle for Bruce Wayne and a Chronicle of Arkham. Back in the main room, there's actually a Riddler trophy, and since the elevator we went down for the first time is out of service, there's actually an event we can go through to get back down to where we encounter Scarecrow for the first time. Down here, there's a riddle for Harley Quinn and a trophy. And if we head back to where we found Bane strung up, and there we can find the final Riddler interview tape. If we head back the way we came into each of the areas we saved the doctors, we can find some trophies in each one of the rooms. And finally, heading into the penitentiary, we can collect a Chronicle of Arkham, which gives us Riddler's location, but we're not done yet. If we head back to where we found Quincy Sharp, we can find a final Chronicle of Arkham on the floor. That completes all of our Chronicle of Arkhams. Then we can solve a riddle and then grab 2 more Riddler trophies, and that's it. Every single Riddler challenge on the island. And we get the sweet, sweet sound of hearing the Riddler getting arrested.
Wait, Batman. My final challenge for the whole of Gotham is just seconds away. What? Sirens. The police. You cheated, Batman. You couldn't have outsmarted me. Police, open up! No. I said open the door, now! No! Down on the ground! Down on the ground! No! Tell me, how did you work out where I was? Do you hear me? I, Edward Nigma,
With that achievement unlocked, it's time to take down the Joker. But before there's another achievement we can grab, we have to take down every single henchman in this room. That was quick. Alright, it's time for the most controversial... Wait, no, controversial's not the right word. Worst. Time for the worst boss fight in the game. The first phase of this boss fight is basically another fight against Joker's 2 Titan henchmen. After they're dealt with, Joker injects himself with the Titan formula. And now we get to the actual fight. And it's really disappointing. You basically fight his henchmen until Joker turns around, then you just pull him down with the Ultra Bat Claw and punch him a few times. Repeat this 2 more times and that's it. That's the final boss fight. Like I said, disappointing. After defeating Joker, we unlock 3 achievements. All 3 are for beating the game on each difficulty. I beat it on hard, so I automatically unlocked the other 2 as well. But we're not done yet. We still have to unlock the achievements for completing each one of the challenge maps and a couple miscellaneous achievements as well. The challenge maps aren't anything special, so I'm not going to waste too much time on them. For the combat maps, you basically have to reach a certain amount of score on each map, and we have to earn 3 batarangs on each map. Pretty simple, and honestly, it wasn't that hard. For the Predator challenges, you have to complete 3 specific tasks on each challenge map. For instance, knocking down 3 henchmen by blowing up 3 separate walls, or knocking down a henchman by using the line launcher to kick them through a window. Honestly, they were the easiest ones. Now, there was one combat challenge that was the bane of my existence. Shock and Awe Extreme. This challenge not only had a score goal, but you also had to beat it within a certain time. And when I tell you this one took me almost 2 hours to beat, I was literally pulling my hair out trying to beat this challenge. Either I would get the points but not beat it in time, or I would beat it in time but not get enough points. But before I get mad, that's pretty much all the achievements for the challenges. Getting 8, 16, and 24 medals on both combat and Predator challenges. And finally, we have the achievement for completing 100% of the game. Now we only have 3 achievements remaining. The first is flying 100 meters, and that one pretty simple. Then we have to complete a Predator mission without being detected, and the final one is a little bit more complicated, but honestly it only took me 8 minutes to do. Perform a free flow combo using all of Batman's combat moves.
Hit me!
I've seen people complain about this one, saying it took them like days, but honestly it was really easy. And with that being completed, we have officially unlocked every single achievement for Batman Arkham Asylum. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Future Golden here. I actually kind of forgot 2 achievements, so let me just show proof for completing those so you guys don't think I'm cheating this. One of those is completing a combat challenge without taking damage, so here's proof of that one. And another one is ride a Titan henchman and knock down 5 thugs. So here you go. Honestly, it was not nearly as bad as I thought it would be going to this challenge. I was able to do this in about 2 days, which I thought it would take a lot longer, but anywho, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure you subscribe. My next video will be getting 100% on Batman Arkham City, which is a whole different beast, so that video will definitely take a little bit. But I had a lot of fun with this video, so I'm really looking forward to the next one. Hopefully you guys are too. And if you made it to the end of the video, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.
2 to the 1, 1 to the 3. I like to pussy and I like the tree. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe. And I get more